Perhaps it is better to be fractured than partially broken, because the first will reach for truth or madness, and the second will heal itself, with sticks and glue and tape, a rickety thing that steals its whole life under the massive remedy of suppression of pain and the illusion of certainty. I watched a man on the internet. He seemed to me to be broken as far as his identity and personality and mind. Young and lovely, though his spiritual revelations jumped too eagerly from prophecies about crypto, to Babylon, to angels, to the Book of Revelation, to conspiracies, a frenetic tying together of things, all within emotions that range from morbid depression to histrionic ecstasy. He reminds me of me. Although my brokenness never found expression in a histrionic personality style, I was subdued, inhibited. Does he have a borderline personality disorder, with its fantastic void in the inner core, wherefrom one can touch magic and chaos, and dark strengths? A schizotypal way of coping perhaps, reaching for the spiritual, for the magical, because reality is hard and wrong. But I think the world of the schizotypal is more true than the world of ordinary, with their mind houses of brick and order and death. And as my penetration gazed at the lovely young man, I focused on one thing alone. The secret wall within him had collapsed, a breach in the wall. Now this breach is interesting to me, because it occurs in the mind and is dimensional. The mind can no longer hold privacy, its secret garden of self, where self is alone. Instead, all of him pours out through this breach. He got entangled with people and memories and images in his mind, and he trades with them day and night. He had forgotten about the garden of privacy inside him, where his image of self must stand alone, with no awareness of other people. I think there are great powers of the soul, but these powers must work through the garden, the wall must be repaired, the breach must be repaired. The breach occurs right at this junction. It has to do with the mind of the brain. Negative thoughts inside us, that is our awareness of other people's desires against us, are like needles that sit in the mind, and we defer to them, we exit our throne inside. So there is always a deferral at the breach. And these negative images, and its awareness that now live in our mind are needles. And we think of what the Lord had told Micah Turnbow, that the system of the dragons is the needle, and the needle attacks the brain. So there are dark demonic beings out there, fallen dragon-like beings, who operate exactly at this junction of the breach. And if the fallen dragons mess around with our minds at the place of the breach through their needles, then I suspect, in time, God will allow the dragon beings who have not fallen to aid us, at times, with our mind, however that works. I am saying this because a few mornings ago as I woke up I saw in my inner mind this dragon presenting, but on its forehead was a beautiful and pure blue jewel, and he looked at me as though to help, but I had let him be because I wasn't sure what to make of it, and besides this, it is probably wise not to mess around with dragons when we don't know what we are doing. From the book of Isaiah, those from among you shall build the old waste places. You shall raise up the foundations of many generations, and you shall be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of streets to dwell in.